This guy's slamming a giant pole against him.
The mayor touts Boston as the safest large city in the country, but do residents really feel that way?
This is our city. We are the safest major city in the nation because we are safe for everyone.
Mayor Wu is always saying we're the safest major city in America.
Not at all.
Whoa. Holy, you guys see that?
This is Boston. Boston's mayor says it's the safest big city in America. Well, tell that to the cop standing next to the burning cruiser like it's a Friday night bonfire.
There was chaos in Boston last night as pro-Palestinian protesters marked the second anniversary of the war in Gaza. Police say some of the demonstrators blocked traffic, set off smoke bombs and assaulted officers. Video from the scene shows a police officer taking a protester to the ground, causing violence to flare. 4 officers were injured and more than a dozen people arrested.
13 arrests, officers hurt, broken bones, bleeding. Protesters are swinging, but Mayor Wu says this is the safest city. If this is safety, I will hate to see what danger looks like. So here's what actually went down. There was a pro-Palestinian protest that took over the streets of Boston, started peaceful, and then always ends with a lot of chaos. Cops tried to control the crowd, got hit with bottles, fireworks, and obviously some fists. And by the end of the night, a cruiser was set on fire in the South End like it was a part of the show. And here is the biggest problem. Similar to Chicago, Boston has been running on this optics over order. Doesn't matter what's actually happening in the streets as long as the headlines sound good. And that's exactly how Michelle Wu runs the city, like a PR campaign. She smiles, calls Boston the safest big city in America while the cops are out there dodging fireworks and rioters.
We are the safest major city in the country.
Mayor Wu is always saying we're the safest major city in America.
Not at all.
Tell me why you don't think so.
There's no accountability. No one's held accountable for their actions. You can't even go in a store without seeing someone shoplift in front of you.
But another man who lives blocks from Berry Park, where an adult man was found with a gunshot wound after crashing his dirt bike last night, told a different story.
Residents here aren't safe that live in high crime areas such as, down the street by the church.
Now let's talk about these car meetups. So if you live anywhere near Dorchester or the South End, you already know every weekend is the same thing. There's illegal car shows, people blocking intersections, driving around doing donuts like they're auditioning for Fast and the Furious. The police show up. Now usually when the police show up on a car show or illegal car show, everyone just leaves, right? We all seen the movies. The cops show up and everyone leaves because they know they're not supposed to be there. But see, in Boston, the police show up and the crowd turns on them.
Police here say they've seen these street takeovers for the last 2 months or so, but what they saw on this intersection over the weekend is the worst they've seen.
Whoa. Holy, you guys see that?
Investigators believe the same group that torched this police cruiser in Boston over the weekend also took over this Randolph intersection, leaving clear evidence behind.
I think one of our officers had 10 guys on the cruiser. That's just not acceptable.
We're seeing that it's escalating.
They're throwing bottles, setting things on fire, surrounding the cop cars. Like, this is extreme chaos. And what is the city solution? Well, they strongly discourage people from attending. Oh yeah, that will stop them. Nothing stops a crowd of 200 people with muscle cars like a strongly worded email. But meanwhile, Mayor Wu still says Boston is safer than ever. Safer than ever for who? I mean, probably for her. She's going to have that security detail. But ask all the people who actually live there. The cops, the store owners, the families, they'll tell you that it doesn't feel safe.
If I drove into that gauntlet and I was rushed by 30, 40 people who were kicking, smashing the window, beating the cruiser, setting it on fire, yeah, I would be scared. I'd be scared for my life. We had a couple of officers that were attacked at a local school. We had a couple of officers that were attacked and physically assaulted at the MGM Theater. We had a police officer that was shot not so many weeks ago.
What do you think is driving that? Do you have any idea?
I think the lack of prosecution is driving that.
Is that true? We looked at today's suspects. 18-year-old Julian Bowers and 19-year-old William Cantwell were charged with the same crimes. While prosecutors asked for $20,000 and $15,000 bails respectively, they were given much lower cash bails with no GPS monitoring device or curfew.
They've heard the fireworks, they hear the engines, they hear the sirens, they see the mobs out there blocking the roads, and they know something is off. And of course she's going to say everything is great because she is trying to be reelected as mayor. But I really can't say that she's going to be a one-term mayor because she is dominating in the polls. Many people in Boston are perfectly fine with what's going on. She has a dominating lead, so she's able to say and do whatever she wants because it looks like the people in Boston are perfectly fine with the situation. It's unfortunate, but you get what you vote for. And if they're okay with this, then so be it. We've seen this play out in Chicago, where I think Brandon Johnson will not get reelected. You saw what happened here in New York. Eric Adams dropped out the race. And obviously in LA with Karen Bass. A lot of these mayors are promising progress, but the streets keep getting worse. You can't govern with denial. You can't preach safety while the city burns. Wu says Boston is thriving, meanwhile her officers are out there getting assaulted by the rioters. It's like watching someone redirect a house while the foundation is cracking. It looks good on a picture, it may look good on Instagram, but it's falling apart in real life. Just like Chicago's mayor, Michelle Wu wants to go back and forth with Trump. She wants to talk about how Trump is doing this, doing that, but at the same time, is she taking care of the people in her city? Similar to Brandon Johnson, she has spent a lot of money on illegal immigrants to a point where she didn't even know how much money she spent on this situation.
Well, Mayor Adams, how much did the city of New York actually spend on illegal immigration?
$6.9 billion of taxpayers'
$6.9 billion of taxpayer money on a problem that was fostered on the American people. Mayor Wu, in the city of Boston, how much did you spend?
We don't ask about immigration status and delivering city
You don't
services,
ask
so
about
we
how
don't
much
have
money
that
the city
number.
of Boston has spent on illegal immigration?
We
Are
don't
you out of your
distinguish
mind?
between immigration status.
Do you
as
manage
part
your
of our
budget
city
or not,
policies.
Mayor Wu?
That is how we keep
Mayor
our city
Wu,
safe.
do you manage your budget or
We have the
not?
numbers to prove it. I manage my budget. I have a AAA bond rating dating back 10 years.
So to the city of Boston,
budget.
just understand that your mayor does not care how much of your resources she has spent on people who are not citizens
The city of Boston
is
sick of having people outside Boston.
Millions are being poured into the migrant situation while taxpayers watch their neighborhoods crumble. It's the same playbook. Pretend that everything is fine, talk about the equity, and hope no one noticed the fire behind you. Meanwhile, the average person is just asking the same question, what about us? Where's the help for the people that been here the whole time? They've been here for generations and generations. The people that have been here for decades. Boston is supposed to be the model city, supposed to be the progressive leadership, the clean streets, the strong community, but lately it's starting to look like every other big city that thought that good PR can fix bad policy. The riots, the car mobs, the fear, they're all symptoms of the same disease. Leadership that thinks image matters more than reality. And that's the real sad part because people want to believe in their city. They want to believe in safety, in order, in leadership that gives a damn. But the truth is, Boston's not falling apart because of the protesters or the drivers or even the politics. It's falling apart because the people in charge stop listening. They rather polish the numbers than actually face the fire. So when you hear Boston is the safest big city in America, remember those pictures, remember these videos. the cops watching his cruiser burn, the crowds throwing punches, the car spinning donuts in the middle of an intersection while people cheer. That's not really safety, that's a denial on camera. But let me know what you guys think about this situation in the comments below. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.